Welcome back to our channel, Hume's Little Homestead. Today we are... Why are you laughing? I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it. Today we're working on a really special garden. We recently had a miscarriage and we want to make a flower garden to remember this baby.
we're cutting this down.
So we are clearing all of this area to make a flower garden. We tried to put one here last year, but the ground just wasn't good, so we bought... Are you videoing?
Mm-hmm.
So we bought good soil to put down, manure, peat moss, something else. I'll show that all tomorrow. But tonight, while it's cool this evening, we are clearing these logs. I've done 3 loads already. This will be my last load and we'll be done. And Caden is going to start clearing that bush. And I will help him with that too.
Hello, bush.
Well, the sun is going down, and this is about how far I've gotten on the bush. The garden is going in between this apple tree and this apple tree right here. So it will be a fairly large flower garden, but I think it's going to be a beautiful space. And I think we're going to actually move our chicken coop to a different spot on our property, so we'll be able to see this garden right from our door. I think it will look beautiful. Here are the types of flowers that I picked for this garden. Canna mix. I got these from... Where did I get these from? I think I got these from Sam's Club. We had the opportunity to go shopping and take a day to spend together, and we went to Flagstaff. And so I got these from Sam's Club. I got orange lilies are my favorite flower ever, and Tractor Supply always has this color, but I haven't seen these orange ones in a while, and I was really grateful to find my favorite flower to plant in this garden. LA Lily Honesty, it blooms in the summertime. Oriental Lily, these are shorter, so I read the information on the back. These will be more towards the front, I think. And then a friend actually just gave us these flowers yesterday and sent a very sweet message. And we'll be planting these flowers in that garden, which is perfect because we're doing yellows and oranges and just really bright colors. And so these are tulips, so these will be beautiful. And there is a little instruction guide on how to plant these, so these will be beautiful in there too. And then Gladiolus, and I've read that you're supposed to dig these up, but we are in zone 7, and I've read kind of some conflicting information. So what I'm going to try and do this year, I'm going to treat them like an annual, and I'm not going to dig them up in the fall. I'm not going to lift them is what it's called. I'm just going to mulch heavily and see if they will overwinter, because I don't want to be digging this garden up, but I love how these look. And if I mulch them really well, we have winter, but they're not as harsh as like an Alaskan winter or something like that. So we have winter, but they are pretty mild winters, and so I think that I can get these to overwinter. And then I painted a rock to put around it. So, and I think that the rock turned out beautiful. So let's get started. Right here. Show me your shoes, bud. Show me your shoes. Are they a little big? You want to go outside? What? Yep. So I got garden soil. We have very heavy clay soil. So I got garden soil. I got peat moss to mix in. And I got hummus manure. And we also mixed in rabbit manure already.
Oh, and I drove the tractor.
With Dad's help.
Yes, he helped us.
And that's for growing tomatoes. So that's going in the house. Okay.
Is this manure and stuff?
So that is hummus manure. That's a great question.
And it's gone. Luckily, we got another bag. Mom's working on digging out the grass. And our second bag is just about gone. And it's gone.
Peat moss down.
And this is moss stuff. This is sorghum. It's going. It's almost gone. Still going. Still going. Still going. And it's gone. Now we've got garden soil. I read it on the package. It's going, it's going, it's still going, and it's gone. It's going, it's going, it's going, it's still going. Wow! It's going, it's still going, it's gone. Just about gone. It's gone. What a hit! 3 minutes? This video has been going for 4 minutes.
Oh, your family, my family calls and talks to you. They asked me, I haven't talked to Ryan and they We just finished up planting. We planted 2 types of lilies. We planted gladiolus and we planted flowers called cannon flowers. And we also planted tulips that a friend gave us. So yay, all the planting is done. We're going to add some more peat moss on the top of all of this, and we will be putting a border around it as well. Another thing I didn't mention is that we are going to be moving this chicken coop. So this won't be here. So this flower garden will be kind of the space that you see first when you're at our house. So we're excited about that. And there's 2 apple trees on both sides. So I think it's gonna be a beautiful space when it's all finished. And when we move this chicken coop and the rabbits, it will be even more pretty. So, but for now it's right next to the chicken coop, which is okay. But here's what we got done. I think it's going to be a very beautiful space. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Bye.